Hello and welcome to Face Check. Let's just keep the ball rolling. I'll just do another video or two to keep things moving, really, just to make sure I keep uploading stuff. What I'm going to go through today is a deck inspired in part by one of the London players, Leonard Quirm's 49 Shades of Grey, which he recently updated to actually include Wayland cards and NBN cards, but prior to that it was all neutrals, neutral ice, neutral operations, neutral assets. Did quite well, and I thought, well, what about the other side? Sunny LeBeau is in fact a grey card instead of the white cards of the actual neutrals, I suppose, and took that to make 50 Shades of Grey. Played this a few times, works okay, but you'll see there I'm only using 17 of a possible 25 influence, and in fact that's after changing it up to include the source, just because I had nothing I could do against fast advance. Still not a lot I can do against fast advance, but here I thought, well, what if I tried to get to the full level of the 25 influence? So 25 gets you 50 cards here. We've got things that you never see play like Donut, but since I only have 6 events, actually it's not so bad for me. I threw in an Oracle May, just flip over, hope to hit a resource, but very, no recursion, so actually if you hit one of your hardware or programs, there's no getting it back. Guru Devinder actually as well, a little bit of Scorch Protection along with Sports Hoppers, and actually pretty good against Jinteki as well, as long as you've got the money. And this is the version that we're going to be playing. So it won't be immediately obvious that I'm playing all neutral cards. There are so many powerful neutral cards at this point that it's not unusual to see them. Certainly for Sunny, you're going to be seeing Underworld Contact drop straight away, and then often Data Folding as well. And then seeing Daily Cast, nothing out of the ordinary. Earthrise, that's your standard draw kind of engine there. John Masanori, sure, if you're making a lot of runs, I'm not, but Catty Jones, Symmetrical Visage, there's nothing in here that's massively out of place. There's a few strange choices, but things you'd find in any kind of top tier deck. The biggest letdown for this deck is the programs. Now, there's only 2 neutral programs or breakers, Crypsis and Overmind, and these are not ideal with the amount of anti-AI hate that's out there at the moment. 2 rings, nothing I can do to get in. Hit a swordsman at the wrong time, that's the end of that, or even a swordsman in front of something else, very difficult to get in. But always not lost. There's actually a lot of ways you can play around that, as long as you've been sort of aggressive-ish early and managed to grab a couple of things. Hades Shard to fish things out of archives, Utopia to ping them from hand, and Eden to make them draw to hopefully hit something with Utopia and Hades. It's okay. It's a different way of playing Netrunner. It's not good by any stretch of the imagination, but let's just see how well I can actually get it to work. Now let's just make sure I put recorded. There we go, and create a game. Sorry, just having a drink. Swap sides. Did that wrong. Hopefully KP here is happy playing as Corp. And you okay if I record? Oh, can't spell. Hopefully fine. We'll get ourselves a game. Now if he's playing something good, this is not going to go well, but if he's playing something in the casual lobby as well, then that'll be okay. The deck's not great. This is fine, in fact. I see a lot of this at the moment. I think it's maybe deck list of the week making news. And my 2 link kind of cancels out their bonus trace, so not so bad for me. It does mean that they're going to be filled with Tracer Ice as well, which is also fantastic because I have ways of getting up to 8 link in this deck. Now I kept this hand even though it's not phenomenal. 2 sources, they can still have Astro. I'm not quite sure what the deck is yet. I've not played it enough to know. Banner's going to draw, drop, drop, and then I'm going to start getting 2 credits each time, every at the start of your turn. I do think it runs All Seeing Eye. I've been seeing a lot more All Seeing Eyes, so Wireless Net Pavilion's not doing me a lot of favours here. What I need to get going now is a little bit of draw and build up money. So that's probably an agenda. Let's just drop you. Will I risk it? Yeah, let's run HQ. Let's see if we can force the res to go and see what that is. Yep, that's fine. So I can't lose anything, but that's interesting to know. Yeah, this does look like deck list of the week. Draw and gain a credit. So what I need to start doing is building up my link, which I will do. All I was really interested in seeing there is whether or not that was an agenda. I now know it's not, so that gives me a couple of turns to build up, as the corp will have to get a scoring remote and get going. So probably dumping into archives there, I'll get 2 credits again. So draw up, manhunt. Interesting. I'm not going to be making any runs anytime soon then, I don't suppose. Gain credit, and I'm going to have to put it down at some point. That takes me up to 3 link. So at the moment, you know, I can beat a manhunt trace easily enough. And in fact, that did make the runner, the corp, go quite broke installing it. I don't have any currents. I could have played Employee Strike, could have played whatever that one that lets you get an extra agenda point is. And in fact, that wouldn't be a terrible shout in this deck, just because you make so few runs in general. So draw, gain credit, and I will put down a copy of the source just in case he's got any kind of fast advance shenanigans going on. All I want to do is just slow the corp down enough until I get all my pieces together. Now, having all 3 shards here and not being able to really make a run is a problem. But let's see how it goes. So now the corp's got money. Certainly be able to kind of land a trace, make me lose money. Now is this going to be sort of scoring remote, start to build up? At least stop me going after Jackson. There's really more money to start getting out of hand, so let's draw, install, credit. So now I'm up to 4 link. So I can now naturally run through resistor, but the 2 bonus MBN credits will likely come into play there. He's getting a lot of free draws with Jackson. He's getting a lot of money. You know, there's a hedge fund sweep. Okay. Now I could drop Hades out of hand, but there's only 3 face down. He's probably feeling quite safe. Let's draw. Gain credit. Masanori. Now this could be an maybe I shouldn't drop Masanori since I'm not making runs. There's nowhere to make runs. Well, let's just keep at it. So he's shuffling stuff away. So he's going to put something in here for an agenda. Maybe I should have tried to pop archives, although he's left 2 face down anyway. Because if I did get an agenda, also get rid of manhunts. Now I'm just going to have to let that one go, I think. I'm not in a position to be able to survive a mid-seasons, get in, get the trace, even with sort of 4 link. So probably an Astro, but not sure as much I can do. Stall Catty, get some money. Now at some point I will have enough money that all these traces aren't really going to matter. now is not that time. Now with the source down, of course, you can't double advanced breaking news to all seeing eye. You can't triple advance to get an Astro out. Let's draw. I wonder if he's testing me with what this is. Again, I can't survive a mid-seasons, but so what? He's got a second Arabiata there, so he's definitely going to get the trace to land, I think, just to cost me 2 credits. But that will start costing him money. Well, he gets some money back for Aribata, not Arabiata. That's spicy pasta, right? So I might as well pay the 2 KP left the game. Huh. Might be a misclick, I guess. Pay 3 to steal breaking news. Yes, and then all I can really do is take money. But he's now left the game, so I guess I'll leave as well and try another one. So as you can see, that wasn't a easy game. Still, if I went to have a look at what deck list of the week is, I'll maybe learn a little bit about what it was and what I'd be up against. But let's try again and see if we can get anybody to play a game. Now with a very good start there, that deck probably wouldn't have been too much problem. If you had 3 or 4 credits dripping in every turn, you managed to get a draw engine going and start putting down your link boosts. Eventually the corp's going to be like, oh okay, they'll lose more money than they're making. But that Aribata, oh Spark, he's playing my own deck against me. I will keep this, I think. Plenty of money in hand. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how much money I lose. I think the aim of the game is just to outpace Spark in terms of economy. Get to a point where their 1 credit tax does not matter. So that will be Lucky Find, daily casts, and run on archives to install Hades, and then we'll start building up from there. Although he has left everything open, so let's run. Okay, new plan. Let's run R&D. I'll steal that. Not sure I want it. Then I will money up, and then I will run. I'm going to run archives anyway. I want this out of hand while it's free. Maybe not a massive concern against Spark, but I don't know exactly what kind he's playing. So do I let him just get all the money in the world? And I think the answer is yes. Like, so what? So let's draw. Run R&D again. Will I trash Jackson? Yeah. Drop you, and let's keep him honest. I'll run server 3. I'm not going to trash it regardless of what it is, even if it's an Adonis. Yeah, it's fine. Successful run. Nah. Done. They can have all the money they want, because at the moment they don't have any ice. So that is fine for me. What I need is a few more turns to build up. Now, is this a bluff? Is this the rolling in cash? let's run. This is very counterintuitive to how this deck wants to play. No, let's run HQ. So they've gone through 12 cards. There should be 2 agendas somewhere. That'll do. And then I'm going to install the source and draw a card. Now the thinking being, if this is an agenda that they want to score, they no longer can with the source being out. But I can't really get it either. Still, that is, you know, breaking news into exchange of information is classic. Let's draw. I just need a little bit more money. Store 3 and gain a credit. Now imagine one of them's an agenda, I don't know which, but can't do too much. So it's double advance, trying to score it, didn't realise that was out. So he's going to have to advance it one more time, so he's not going to get his exchange of information off, which will give me an opportunity to go and get it. So what if I straight up run well, let's run server 1, see what happens. I mean, even a wraparound's a problem for me here. In fact, there's not much that isn't a problem for me here. Yeah, jack out. He's either got all-seeing eye or exchange of information. Let's run R&D. Successful run sees an archer. Another way of getting rid of breaking news, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I really can't quite get in, so I'm going to run HQ. Going to install that, and then I'm going to store 3 on Catty. So he's going to score this as breaking news, and then I'm going to ping things from hand. So as soon as he scores, 4. Interesting. Could be a Beal. Could be a Beal. He may be just going to go for it. Okay. What else might it be? I'm not sure. Draw, gamble, store 3. What else might it be? I mean, it could be another global food, sure, but it doesn't make much sense. I mean, I need a truckload of money to get in here. This is going to be 7, 14. Yeah, so it was the Beal. He's on 4 agenda points. Let's run HQ. Is it worth seeing them all? Sure. Successful run for archive memories. Then let's run on archives. I mean, I could have popped Hades for it, but there's nothing there. I'll just stop some. Store 3 and draw. Yeah, I mean, you can already see some of the problems with this deck. So 14 for strength with Overmind, then plus another 2. Oh yeah. Put another 4 for installing there, that's 18. Plus you got to beat the 18, so 21 credits or something I need to get into that remote, really. So let's draw, drop you, and store 3. So although that does cost me another 3 credits, so 24 credits at the moment to realistically get in there. I'm assuming that's Ash, of course. Could be a caprice. He's spending his influence a little differently. That's fine. So 1, 2, run server 1 because I have to. I didn't really give him a chance to res caprice there if that's what it was, but yeah, that's fine. Ash Trace is going to fire. How much is he going to dump into it is the question, because obviously I can beat it almost, unless he spends all his money. So I need 6. Well, I only need 3 really, but I need 6. At the end of this, I've got 2, so he's beating me by 2, so I could spend 4 or something. So successful run. Let's see what the trace does. He's going to go big. I think I'm actually 1 credit short of doing it. So this will cost me 3, take me down to 9. Then it cost me another 7. Yeah. So he spent all his money. Yeah, he's actually got me there, to be fair. So what if I didn't trash Ash? What if I ran in again? That would cost me 7, 10. I'd only have 2. It would cost him 2 to boost. To keep me out, of course. Yes. Let's have a think again. So 7, 10 to steal that. And then to beat the Ash Trace, 2, 4. He sinks another 2 into it. But I couldn't get enough money quickly enough to do anything else about it. Yeah, 1 credit shy of actually being able to get that agenda. Let's run. I can't stop him scoring is the thing. Yeah. GG. Run. Let's run R&D, see what's there. It doesn't matter, even if I managed to pick up a couple of points. Yeah, I'll pay 3 to steal Beal. If I had 1 more click, I'd be okay-ish, maybe. But here he just triple advances this, or single advances it, or whatever he's got. A bit annoying if that is a global food. Now, why did he over advance it? Just, yeah. 1 credit short. Because with 1 extra credit I could have trashed the Ash, gone back in again and taken the agenda, but then again he would have got this off the top and probably just scored it again. GG. So that's that. I mean, you can see some of the problems with the deck, and I actually didn't get to see any of the more fun things that I could do. Did he pay too much for that Ash? Yeah, I mean I could only get to 14, so you only paid. You paid 1 too much. Only by 1. Yeah, so he overpaid by 1. That would have been enough to stop me getting in, and he could have spent 3 less than that because I wouldn't have been able to steal the thing. So overspent by 4, but not that it mattered, as long as he could keep me out once and had the 3 credits or the 2 credits that he needed to win the game. That was all that particularly mattered. So, not a particularly exciting one this time. Let's go back to the deck builder to see what we didn't see. The source there was doing a little bit of work, but without sort of Fall Guys or what's the other one? Film Critics to keep it in play and not cost you that 3. It's really just a liability more than anything else. It does stop you straight up losing to the Fastros. So it's got that going for it. Didn't get any sort of money draw going, so Symmetrical Visage or Oracle May. 5 cards at 50, 1/10 of my deck. You'd expect to have seen one of those in the 2 games. Masanori wasn't so useful against decks you couldn't run on, and the shards didn't do much for me there either. Turning Wheel's pretty good card, because you're not actually wanting to get in, you just want to bounce off R&D or HQ a few times, because you've got a very limited number of accesses with your AI programs. I wasn't too bad on money, but I never really started rolling. I'm still watching. And that's kind of it. So I wouldn't recommend giving this deck a real shot. It's something a little more unusual, something for the kitchen table. Themed decks like this are kind of what I like. I like just coming up with an idea and going for it, even though it's not particularly good. So all neutral cards are all in faction, or additional deck building restrictions are things that I enjoy, and certainly something that can make me come back and play it. So Simon, good idea with your 49 Shades of Grey. But until next time, this is Face Check jacking out.